Welcome back to our series on the economic analysis of agency law. I'm Professor Seth C. Oranburg, and in this episode, we're talking about trust and reputation. Trust and reputation are two of the most valuable yet intangible assets in any agency relationship. They're like an invisible glue that holds delegation together. They reduce transactions costs and foster efficiency in ways no contract or enforcement mechanism ever could. But trust and reputation are fragile. They take years to build and can be destroyed in moments. So let's head back to Hotch Hotch, where the mayor has been working tirelessly to rebuild the town's delegation system. After the scandals and disruptions caused by breaches of fiduciary duty, the mayor realized that no amount of monitoring or enforcement would matter without trust. So he launched a bold new initiative, a town-wide reputation-building program. Watchers who consistently upheld their fiduciary duties, contributed to the highest productivity, and resolved conflicts collaboratively would earn the Golden Watcher Award, a prestigious recognition that would mark them as reliable and trustworthy. At first, the watchers were skeptical. "What's a gold star going to do for me?" one muttered. But over time, the program began to change the dynamics of Hotch Hotch. The watchers who earned the award found that it carried real benefits. They were entrusted with more responsibilities and sought after by neighboring towns for advice. They were even treated to free honey muffins at the local cafe. The Golden Watcher Award wasn't just a symbol, it was a signal. A signal that was a reputation-enhancing tool. And that tool reduced transactions costs and created new opportunities. The story illustrates the economic value of trust and reputation. Economists often describe trust as a form of social capital. Social capital refers to the networks, relationships, and norms that enable cooperation and reduce the need for costly enforcement. When you trust someone, you don't have to waste resources negotiating every detail, monitoring every action, or enforcing every agreement. Trust allows principals and agents to focus on their shared goals rather than mutual suspicion. Reputation, on the other hand, is like a credit score for trustworthiness. Reputation is built over time through consistent, responsible behavior, and it signals to others you're reliable. In Hotch Hotch, the Golden Watcher Award served this purpose. Watchers with strong reputations were trusted with more, monitored less, and given overall greater autonomy. In the real world, reputation plays a similar role. Consider a company like Amazon. Its reputation for fast delivery and reliable service has created immense customer loyalty, reducing the cost of acquiring and retaining business. Or think about professionals like lawyers and accountants, whose reputations make or break their careers. But reputation and trust are fragile assets. When they're damaged, the cost can be enormous as well. Back in Hotch Hotch, Sam learned this the hard way. After breaking the bee's trust by overworking it for short-term gains like an extra jar of honey, Sam's reputation took a nosedive. After the bee complained about this overworking, the other watchers avoided working with him, and the mayor began to scrutinize his every move. Rebuilding that trust required not just an apology, but consistent effort over time. Sam had to demonstrate again and again that he could prioritize the hive's long-term health over short-term rewards. The economic consequences of lost trust and damaged reputation are all too real. When Volkswagen was caught cheating on emissions tests, it didn't just face $1 billion in fines. The scandal undermined consumer confidence. It eroded shareholder trust, and it inflicted lasting damage on the company's brand. Economists would describe these losses as transactions costs, extra expenses caused by the breakdown of trust within the market. So how do principals and agents build and maintain trust? First, consistency is key. Back in Hotch Hotch, the watchers who earned the Golden Watcher Award did so by consistently prioritizing the town's long-term goals, by acting with care, and by resolving conflicts fairly. Their consistent behavior created a feedback loop. The more they were trusted, the more responsibilities they were given, which allowed them to prove their reliability even further. Transparency is another crucial factor. Agents who communicate openly with their principals reduce information asymmetry, which makes it easier to align goals and expectations. In Hotch Hotch, the mayor instituted weekly progress reports and feedback sessions to ensure that everyone was on the same page. These measures fostered a culture of openness and accountability, strengthening trust across the town. Incentives also play a role. The Golden Watcher Award wasn't just a symbolic gesture. It came with real rewards, from increasing autonomy to community recognition. These incentives reinforce the value of trust and encourage watchers to uphold their fiduciary duties. In the real world, businesses use similar strategies, like offering bonuses for ethical behavior or tying promotions to reputational milestones. Finally, trust requires accountability. When breaches occur, they must be handled swiftly and fairly. In Hotch Hotch, the mayor didn't just forgive Sam I Am's breach. He implemented stricter oversight and gave Sam specific goals to rebuild his reputation. This approach balanced accountability with an opportunity for redemption, showing the town that trust, while fragile, could be repaired. The lessons of Hotch Hotch are clear. Trust and reputation aren't just abstract concepts. They're economic assets that reduce transactions cost, foster collaboration, and enable delegation to work effectively. And they're dynamic. They require ongoing effort, thoughtful incentives, and mechanisms for accountability. Without trust and reputation, agency relationships become mired in inefficiency and conflict. But with trust and reputation, agency relationships can flourish. In our next episode, we'll explore how principals align incentives through bonding and other strategies. We'll look at how performance-based rewards, personal stakes, and reputational incentives can reduce agency costs and create more efficient relationships. And we'll come back to Hotch Hotch to see how the Golden Watcher Award initiative evolves. Thank you for joining me in this episode. I'm Professor Seth C. Oranburg, and I look forward to continuing this journey with you in episode 7.